Do you know that God wants to transform you into the individual that He's designed you to be? Hi, I'm Craig Fritchley from the Sanctuary in Syracuse with today's devotional. And many times we get stuck in ruts, and then we feel hopeless to change. Yet the Bible tells us that God wants us to be transformed to be usable in His kingdom. Romans chapter 12, verse 1, it says, I beseech you therefore, brethren, by the mercies of God, that ye present your bodies a living sacrifice, holy, acceptable unto God, which is your reasonable service. Be not conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewing of your mind, that ye may prove what is that good and acceptable and perfect will of God. God wants us to grow in Him. You know, when you're a baby, there's not much expected of you. And as you grow, then there's more responsibilities that you're given and more privileges that you have. You know, as a baby, as a child, you don't have many privileges. You just have to do whatever you're told to do. And when you're not happy, you cry. And when you're tired, you go to sleep. But as you grow older, you get more freedoms. And God wants us to grow in His kingdom. He wants us to mature in Him, and He wants us to be transformed by the renewing of our mind. God wants to change the way we think about Him, about ourselves, and about our mission in this world, because God wants to use your life. And so don't think it's all about you and what makes you happy, because really, if you go down that pathway, you're never going to be happy. You're always going to be looking for that secret, that certain thing that's going to flip the switch of happiness in your life and you're going to be okay. You'll never find that switch. The only way to find true satisfaction and peace is to let God renew your mind, let God help you to grow so that you can serve and that you can be part of His kingdom. Because God has programmed within you a design. There's a purpose and a plan that God has put within you, and He wants to bring it to fruition. And so let God do that. Make yourself available to God. Present yourself as a living sacrifice. Every day when you get up, you say, God, you've given me this day. There's 24 hours in it total. I'm going to use part of it for work. I'm going to use part of it for sleep. But the rest of it, God, I want you to teach me, lead me, and help me today. Guide my footsteps. Direct my pathways. Renew my mind and help me to be transformed in the person you want me to be. Maturity, growth in our spiritual life is a process. And God wants to take us from the good, from the acceptable to the good to the perfect will of God. He wants us to grow. So that every day when we get up, here I am, God, I'm a living sacrifice. Use me today. I want to use the time you've given me to benefit your kingdom. You've been transformed to serve. You've been transformed to be useful in God's kingdom. So let God use you today. Share these with others. We hope you join us for tomorrow's daily devotional.